It all began with a single phone call, a moment that would forever alter the course of their lives. Alfred received the news of an incident, a call that signaled the tragic day when Joe Chill shot Thomas and Martha Wayne, leaving young Bruce an orphan. As Alfred hurriedly dressed and rushed to the scene, he understood that everything had changed. At the crime scene, he was asked to identify the victims, but he pointed out that they were the Waynes, the most recognizable figures in the city, and anyone could see that. Yet Alfred's responsibility was far greater than mere identification. That night, Alfred decided to leave the lights on in the manor, knowing that without Bruce's parents, the place felt overwhelmingly large and empty. He sat beside Bruce, offering comfort and reassurance that the manor would never truly be empty, and Bruce would never be alone. Alfred promised himself that he would always be there for Bruce, ensuring that he felt safe and cared for, even in the darkest times. In the present, Alfred lay in bed, arms crossed, appearing weary from the weight of his duties. Despite the late hour, he remained vigilant, ready for Bruce's call. Meanwhile, Batman was out in the city, hanging from a predator drone, skillfully diverting it from causing harm. The night was far from over, and Alfred knew that his role was crucial in supporting Bruce's mission. After dealing with the threat, Alfred inquired if Bruce would stay at the manor that night. Bruce, however, had no intention of resting. Alfred, with a touch of humor, mentioned that he had eaten the mint left on Bruce's pillow, a small jest at Bruce's habit of never sleeping in his bed. He reminded Bruce of the importance of rest, especially since he was battling a cold, but Batman was resolute, focused on his mission, and asked Alfred to prepare the Batwing. Alfred often pondered why he dedicated his life to caring for Bruce, setting aside his own needs. He knew it was because Bruce needed him. As Batman, Bruce was the guardian of Gotham, too consumed with saving others to remember his own well-being. Alfred was there to manage the trivialities, ensuring Bruce had his essentials, and reminding him of his own humanity. He understood that Bruce was so focused on his mission that he often forgot to take care of himself, and Alfred was determined to fill that gap. Batman returned home with news of a new threat, a man known as the Drone, who had turned vengeful after a tragic incident orchestrated by his former employers. Despite knowing he needed rest, Bruce was determined to stop the Drone before allowing himself any respite, refusing to let innocent lives be lost. Alfred listened intently as Bruce explained the Drone's motives and the potential danger to Gotham, understanding the urgency of the situation. Alfred nodded in agreement, having anticipated Bruce's needs by preparing some soup. He had cleverly poured it into a bottle, joking that Bruce could drink with one hand and fight criminals with the other. This was part of Alfred's routine as Batman's butler, always preparing for Bruce's return or waiting for the call that would assure him of Bruce's safety. He knew that every time Bruce left, there was a chance he might not return, and Alfred braced himself for that possibility, hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. As Batman engaged with the Drone's machines, Alfred reflected on Gotham's significance to Bruce. The city was his responsibility, and every failure felt like a personal shortcoming. When an explosion occurred on Barlow Street, Batman rushed to the scene, only to find an abandoned building. He discovered a man lying on the ground and went to assist, only to realize it was a trap set by the Drone. The situation was more complex than it seemed, and Batman had to think quickly to neutralize the threat. After neutralizing the threat, Batman called for police backup. But soon, Alfred received a distress call from Bruce, who needed help. Alfred quickly donned a disguise and rushed to Bruce's aid, finding him injured and vulnerable. Despite the danger, Alfred lectured the would-be thieves, reminding them of Batman's sacrifices for the city. He managed to get Bruce into the Batmobile and initiated an emergency blood transfusion while heading to Leslie Tompkins' house. Alfred's quick thinking and resourcefulness were crucial in ensuring Bruce's survival. Leslie assured Alfred that Bruce was stable, but she noticed Alfred's exhaustion and insisted he needed rest as well. She pointed out the toll that caring for Bruce had taken on him, both physically and emotionally. Alfred, however, was reluctant to focus on his own needs, always prioritizing Bruce's well-being above all else. As Alfred walked through Gotham, he saw people with families, friends, and lives, people who wouldn't be there without Batman. And he knew that Batman couldn't do it without him, even if Bruce would manage somehow. Hours later, Bruce awoke, and Leslie instructed him to stay still, emphasizing that Alfred needed rest due to his evident exhaustion. She insisted that Bruce also needed to rest, as Alfred wouldn't be able to relax if Bruce didn't. In the morning, Alfred awoke in a panic, fearing he had missed something, but Bruce reassured him, explaining that he had taken his communicator and phone because he wanted Alfred to rest. Bruce even brought breakfast in bed, despite his culinary mishap, showing his gratitude for Alfred's unwavering support. As Bruce prepared to leave, Alfred expressed his inability to stay in bed, knowing Bruce might be in trouble. But Bruce assured him that he wouldn't be going out, having realized that Alfred couldn't relax with him out there. He had asked others to patrol the city, allowing Alfred a day of rest. And so the life of Batman's butler continued, filled with challenges and unwavering dedication. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks. See you next time.